savings challenges really quickly before I do any stuffing. So I don't know if you guys follow anybody that does savings cash stuffings or anything like that. It's a whole big thing, and a lot of it stemmed from a program that Dave Ramsey did. And I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it's a great way to kind of manage your finances. I don't do all of that though. I just like the fun aspect of it, which is the savings challenges. And so we started savings challenges about 2 years ago. And last year we were really consistent about it until like a few months when life happened, and I didn't savings stuff anything because life happened. But I know many of you did, and so I do think it's something that's fun to share here and talk about and get everybody set up if it's something that you guys are interested in and want to do. So in the files section here in this group, if you go to files, we have a bunch of different savings challenges, printable PDFs that you can print out. You can size them to go with whatever you're using, medium, large, extra large, whatever you have, and you can follow along with your savings challenges. Now, we introduced a brand new one this year, which was called Days of Fridays, or the Fridays of the year. I skipped Friday this week because I knew I was going to be doing it today with you guys, so we'll go back and do that one as well. I'm going to go ahead and jump in and just show you guys my setup for savings challenges, and then if you want any more information, you can just let us know and we will be happy to share with you. Okay, so I am using a medium classic planner. I've got all the things on it. Like I've got a couple fun little charms here. I've got it all loaded up. This is strictly for my savings challenges. There's nothing else in here except for my bill and budget insert as well, because this is just kind of like my finance thing, right? So what I do, and sometimes I do it differently, but today, just to keep things simple, I put it in here. I also have the matching pouch, on-the-go pouch for this. And during the week, as I have extra cash that I want to throw in my savings challenges, or if I go to the bank to get the cash to throw in, I will put it in the pouch and put it with this, because that way I know it's safe. I'm not going to spend it by accident. I'm not going to come up on the day I'm supposed to do this and not have the cash. So I'm very intentional about making sure it goes someplace out of my wallet so that I can do this cash stuffing. If you have a little pocket, you can put it right in your pocket. Like I said, you can put it in a pouch, someplace safe where you know you won't spend it because you want to save that money. So for right now, I'm just going to stick this right here. Crystal said she wants to know how to start the savings challenges without getting distracted. It's really a thing where you just kind of dive in and go, okay, this is what I'm doing. I usually do my cash stuffings on the same day of the week. That's just a consistency thing for me. So after today, we'll be back on a Friday schedule because I'm doing the dates in Friday as one of my savings challenges. So just pick a date and then just jump in and then start simple. Do one to start. And then if you feel like you're like, nope, I'm ready for another one, then you can do another one to start too. Okay, so a couple of things. I'm just going to go through how I have it set up, and then we'll actually do our stuffing today. So this is called Fridays in 2026. This is a rough printout. There's actually a nicer one in the files section. The way this works is every single Friday, we are going to cash stuff savings challenge with the amount equal to the date. So for example, January 2nd, I'm going to turn back so you can see this one really quickly because this one is set up a little bit differently. This one is using our scrap budget pockets and our finance cards. So we have a different card for every month. I've already set them up with the dollar amount that I'd be stuffing based on the date on Friday. So the 2nd was a Friday, the 9th was last Friday, the 16th, 23rd, 30th, etc. And that's the amount that you're going to stuff. And then you just turn it to the back side and you can stuff it right in here. So this is our Fridays. I just go and highlight it when I'm done with that one. And then I keep it in the pocket here because it doesn't really have a place to put in right here, okay? So you can just do that. The next thing I am going to do, and I'm just going to put this out because we'll do that. I also use our double-sided pocket that has a dashboard here and a zipper pouch pocket here. Now this one is my 52-week savings challenge. Again, this is here in the files. Every week you stuff an amount. Now you can bounce around or you can do them in order, but at the end of that week, you will have, or the end of the year, end of 52 weeks, you will have saved $1,378 if you do it just like this, okay? So, and then I just put the cash for those in this one. I've used a bunch of pockets that I already have, but if you're setting it up for the first time, you might need to grab some pockets. This one is a double dashboard pocket, which the other half of it is in the back here somewhere. Let me find where it is. Where is it? It's here. Somewhere. Here it is. I haven't filled this one yet. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one. But I just put the tracker here and then I keep the money right behind it here. Same thing with all of these, except that I'm using scalloped pockets, but same principle. So I've got the tracker here and then I keep the money behind it. So let's go ahead and do a little bit of cash stuffing and hopefully this will all come together for you guys. All right, so I'm gonna go in order. I can tell you today the amount that I am cash stuffing total is 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. That is based on exactly what I'm going to be putting in each one. Sometimes I don't have it planned out. Sometimes it's just random for whatever I have. And then I will just sit down and figure out where I want to put that money accordingly. So we're just going to go front to back today. So 52-week challenge, I am going to pull out of here. And I am putting $20 in here today. Oh, I need a brown marker. Oh, I don't have a brown marker sitting right here with me. That's okay. We'll do red. It's okay. Okay, so I'm putting $20 in here today. So I'm just going to come over here to my little 20 and color it in. I used to write dates and stuff on, but I don't feel like that's necessary anymore, to be honest. So I don't do that anymore. All right, so I'm going to take this $20 and it is going to go in the zip pocket here. And so now I did $10 last week, plus the $20 is $30 in this challenge. And this just all goes back in here and sits there until next week when I'll update it again. I'm going to put this tracker right back inside here. Come on. My little corner is getting stuck. There we go. Sometimes they're tricky. I might need to trim that one later. But so that challenge is done. We're up to $30. The next one I have set up for travel because I do like to travel. So I'm going to take this one out. This is a fixed amount challenge. So this one is $20. So we're going to go ahead and just fill in another one of these little dollar bills like this. And I'm going to deposit $20 in this envelope. Now, if you want to do something different with the bills, you can. If you don't want to do that, each bill is a certain amount, you can write in the amount that you're doing this for. But this is another 52-week challenge that you can kind of set up however you want to and have a specific set amount if you'd like. So for this one, adding that $20, we now should have 20, 40, 60, 80, 160, 80, 200, 220, 240. We should have $260 in here, and we do. I like to double check myself and just make sure that my math is mathing. Sometimes, you know, we make mistakes, so I just like to double check. And then I'll just slip this cash right behind here, and that's where that will stay. The next one is set up the same exact way, except it's for holidays. Now, I was lucky that I did not have to take any of, whoops, pulling the wrong one out. I did not have to take any of this out for our holidays. So we're just gonna continue with it. Okay, so we're gonna do another 20 for this one. All right, so this one we should have 80, 160, 240, $260. I think it's the same as the other one. So $260 is in here. This one, again, remember, I'm just using a scallop pocket, so it's super easy to put that in and out of. So I'm just gonna put that right there. Done. Then the next one is same type of tracker. This is for conference. I forget, I think it was Miss Sue asked me to set up one for conference for everybody to see. I thought that was a great idea. That way we've always got a little bit of extra money coming up for when our conference is. Now I will not finish the 52 weeks. Obviously our conference is usually sometime in July. So I'll have about half of this finished, but that's still better than none of it finished, right? All right, so another $20 for that. And we should have 160 in here. So 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60. Perfect. Perfect. And then I'm just going to slip that in behind it. Okay. And then we're getting into that date challenge, Fridays in 2026. Okay. So the next one is our Fridays in 2026. And again, these are a little bit set up different because these are the scrap budget pockets. And then I got the finance cards, the budget cards to go with it. So each month has its own, oh, I skipped that one, that's okay. Each month has its own card that I've already gone and written the dates from my list here. And that's how I'll be stuffing this one throughout the year. Now, there is a front pocket like this that I slip the card in. And then if you turn it over, there's another pocket on the other side. So I'm leaving the card here, putting the cash behind it, and then I'll just fill this whole thing up throughout the year. If you do this one according to all of the dates as cash, you will save $820 with this one. So I'm gonna pull this one out. This one is set up to write down a date on it. So let me just find a pen here. I'm gonna put the 9th. It doesn't really matter. I'll put today's date. So today's the 11th. So I'm going to go ahead and just write 1/11/26. That's just my little indicator that yes, I finished that off. You could also color the bubbles in if you want to. So I'm adding $9 to this pocket today. So I'm going to take out the $2 that's already in there. And I am going to add $9 in here, which is going to be $11 total now. Just fold it in half and stick it right back in your pocket. And they're all just gonna stay there nice and neat in half until I'm ready to finish the challenge and take them out and do whatever I've decided to do with it at that point. Okay, the last thing I have in here, and I'm not gonna show you one that's filled in for obvious reasons, but I do have a bills and budget insert. And this is where I just kind of do my planning for the month. So you have a place where you can start with totals for checking and saving if you'd like. You can add your deposit in. If it's direct deposit, you can check off that you've received it. If you are making any savings deposits, you can put those here. If you have any debt that you're working off to pay, so that could be a credit card, it could be student loans, finance, house loans, whatever it might be. You can put that here if you want and just keep track of what you're paying off. And then over here, you have a bill section. So you can write down your bill, the date it's due, the amount, if you're scheduled to pay it, because so many things are online now, and then check off that it actually came out of your account. This is a fun way to just kind of make sure you're getting everything done all at once. Sometimes things sneak up on us, especially little things like subscriptions. I know we all pay for subscriptions throughout the year for different apps and things like that, and then we might use them for a couple of months and then we don't use them anymore. So this is just a good inventory so you can take a look and see, like, what are those recurring things that are coming out every month and are they necessary still? Sometimes they are, and that's okay, right? But at least here you have a little bit of accountability. Now, if for some reason you have more than this or you need some other space, I would do a tip in. And what that would look like is I would take a piece of paper and I would use some washi tape and I would just washi tape down the two so that they are together. You could put it on this side as well if you wanted to, and then you can open it up like this and you can just continue with whatever you need to write from over here. So if you need more space than this when you're doing that type of an inventory, just create a little tip in for yourself and that'll be really, really easy to keep track of all the things. Okay, friends, that is everything for today for our cash stuffing. The only other thing I want to show you is our cash and coupon pocket. Now, I was digging through some things last night because I was organizing, and I forgot that I had this because I used it for a Christmas planning a few years ago, where I was like literally had tab stickers and I put everybody's name, and then I was stuffing cash throughout the year so that when Christmas came, I was prepared. You could do that kind of thing if you wanted to. I've got a Christmas one holiday set up here, but if I wanted to make this a little more specific, I could do this, and then I could just go, oh, you know what? I could do it specifically for people, right? And that way I've got everybody covered instead of just doing one thing. Or you can use this for your savings challenges too. If you want to keep like the cash here, just put tabs for what it's for, and then you can keep your trackers in your dash pockets as well. So just wanted to show you this option also, just in case you have one of these or you like this idea better. I love it because it snaps, to be honest. But again, this is just our fun way of just doing some little savings challenges, something fun. And you know what? At the end of the year, it's fun to be able to pull that out and go, look what I did this year, and treat yourself to something nice, or spend it on your family, or buy something big that you didn't expect that you would be able to buy. Okay, friends, thank you guys so much.